Good morning. Beautiful day here in Massachusetts. So when I was in India, one of the things that I found very powerful, this was back in the 80s, was that life in India, it was like they wear their life on their sleeves. Everything's quite out in the open. For example, one day I was walking down the beach and it was during sunrise and I saw a body floating on the ocean. And then I saw some people running down the beach. There was a little village that was right on the coast, a little tiny, very simple village. And later that day there was the burning of the body. And that was out in the open, and there was, like a little parade and singing and crying, and there was a fire that was made. So it was very out in the open. And even though it was very shocking at first for me, because in the West I'd never seen anything like that, over the next few days it was somehow very liberating. And because I was living in an ashram, and it increased my desire to go deeper and to find that spiritual spark, my inner self. It encouraged that. And it made me think of a verse from a scripture called Ishopanishad, which states that in order to become free, to become conscious, to become liberated, to fully know your true divine identity, in this world we have to know the process of both darkness and light. We have to know the nature of this material world, but we also have to know our true divine nature, our internal nature, and understanding both can lead to a sense of true freedom and lead us on the path of knowledge rather than resistance or denial of what is. It's not that it's just dark, there's so much beauty, and ultimately it's all love. But these things are happening, and it made me, I'm thinking like this because, come on, Gina, up, come on, you sing, little dog, come on, let's go. So I'm saying it because we saw this movie, The Sound of Freedom, last night, which many of you might have seen or heard about, and it was very powerful. And it made me think of that the most horrible business on the planet, literally, is human and child sex trafficking. Little dog is growling. So human and sex trafficking, and it was really, really powerful, very, very impactful. I highly encourage people to see it. And it's very sobering. But on the other hand, I think we need to know what's going on. And on many levels, we have to know what's going on in our food, in our water, in our lives, in our hearts, in our how we take care of ourselves. It's all part of it. But I think it's beneficial to up our level of courage to be clear on what's happening, what is the nature of darkness in this world, and then be grounded with that, and then know that love, as someone wrote on my board, this little girl, she wrote, love always wins. And ultimately it will. But having this being able to hold the reality of both, the highest of high and the lowest of low, is very cleansing and strengthening ultimately. And it shouldn't be disheartening. So I do encourage everyone to see that film. It was very, very powerful. Have a great day. And say goodbye to Juno. Hey, buddy.